Wow, man, the storm just came out of nowhere. It was perfectly normal, and all of a sudden, just lots of thunder. The temperature dropped. There's no prediction for rain, and we're getting massive thunderstorms here in southern Oregon and Gold Hill. And now I saw a little bit of lightning, and that's what worries me because the fire possibilities are good here, unfortunately. So our Wi-Fi is now down until 1 a.m. they're saying. And our electricity is flickering on and off inside the house. See, we reside on an old farm here in southern Oregon, and there's like a couple old buildings on the property, and we're actually cleaning up the property, and it's looking really nice. There's a lot going on. Gardens, big old stacks of wood over there. We got a lot going on and a lot we're working on. There's an old barn slash kind of garage. A lot of stuff on the property, but it's pretty nefarious looking in the skies tonight. I think we're going to capture some lightning here in a second. I just saw a few more things roll through that was pretty intense looking, and of course I didn't capture it. But I will this time. I don't think it's going to stop unless it just going to move over real quick, but there's nothing in the weather about this at all. Zero. Pretty intense. I don't know, man. With all the things happening around the world now, especially the USA, Maui and Malibu and the Ashland fires that I was affected by, of course Texas floods today, and then the Appalachians at North Carolina, whatever, and they mysteriously found a quartz deposit there and all this stuff. I don't know, man. Everything's suspect right now. Wow, I just saw it on the corner of my eye, but I missed it on the camera. Damn it. Man, that was a big streak of lightning. We don't want to see lightning here in southern Oregon, that's for damn sure. But I just saw it, man. No doubting it. I think we're going to catch another one here. I feel it. Look at those clouds rolling up all of a sudden on the bottom of the left-hand screen. Pretty intense, man. All of a sudden, shit's just blowing up. I don't know. Going to try to get this lightning to document this stuff. Crazy, daddy. There was like a massive wind gust a minute ago, and I thought, uh-oh, here we go. Then it went away, but then the temperature dropped real quick, and I'm just like, okay, everything's suspect. I'm trying to capture that lightning, man, and I hope there's no more. Whoa, there we go, man. Lightning on film. Trying not to get my camera wet, but there's no way to get it otherwise, so I'm trying to do this quick. I just saw a rainbow a bit ago, but hey, it's not helping this stuff go away. But it was beautiful. Really trippy cloud activity. I feel like a weatherman. What am I, meteorologist? Derek Moody at large, with a stuffed up nose and everything. Hi, I'm Bob Dylan. How does it feel when a man walks down before you call him a man? The answer, my friend, blowing in the wind. Answer, blowing in the wind. Whoa, that was some intense lightning. It came from over here, and it went this way. See, aren't you glad you get to watch this exciting stuff with me, man? Wow, what in the hell's going on? Now it's all over the sky. Look at that. Just, the whole sky is bizarre. I detect lightning. I feel it. I feel it, man. I don't know if this is real or man-made, but if they say they can manipulate weather, what I want to know is how come when my stuff was burning in the 2020 Alameda fires, they didn't create water to stop it? It's all weird. This is pretty trippy, man. I just feel like something weird's gonna go down. I'm hearing a plane above too somewhere through the clouds. Yeah, I hear a couple of them. That's kind of weird. Really loud planes. Granted, there's an airport in Medford, Oregon, 15 minutes away, but these sound like helicopters now. Hear that? Wow. Keep missing the good stuff, which is really the bad stuff if it gets hits the land, because it's real dry around here, man. Look at this. Like, look at that grass. Look how yellow it is. It's just because of the sun, man. Look at that. All right, here we go. We're gonna get the lightning. Here it goes. Let's get the big picture. Stick with me, folks. This is getting kind of trippy. There was nothing in the forecast except sun, 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 and heat for the next week and a half solid. Nothing about any rain or a possible storm. I know it's not a big deal to, like, say you in the Midwest maybe, but, well, yeah, you've got tornadoes. But out here in Southern Oregon, the fires happen so often, man, that it's just scary. Kind of kicks in some PTSD for me. We had a fifth-wheel trailer with sleeping quarters, a brand new shower, brand new refrigerator. We were living in state parks. We had a Ford F-250 pickup truck with a 1990, no less, with 40,000 original miles on it. And I'm telling you, man, that was how we lived. We were going around to state parks, and we'd park up and have our home with us, our dog, and me and Tracy. It was wonderful. We were like nomads. And we had plans to live that way. And then everything burned in the fires in 2020, along with all my artifacts, stuff I'd been saving since 1966, all family relics, family photos, clothing, you name it, we lost it. The only thing we had left was the stuff that was in our tiny home that we resided in for 7 years in Ashland, Oregon. And we would go to the storage unit, right? And I would say, get a big stack of records or books that would, whoa. And those would last me for like a month. And then I'd go back to the storage unit, bring different cooking utensils, decorations, stuff to look at, you know, stuff. I was getting ready to open up a pop culture museum in Ashland at the basement of a store called the Three Penny Mercantile. We had been discussing it, and I was going through my stuff to get ready for the museum I wanted to open, and I lost everything, man. It's heartbreaking. Still is, really, because it was my whole future. I also had a lot of autographed items, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff that I'd saved, and I planned on using that as my retirement to, like, sell, you know, on eBay and my eBay store. But if you want to help out an old rocker, you could always check out my eBay store. It's called Fanatic Pop Culture. And anything you buy goes directly into my family's pockets to buy food and pay bills. Absolutely appreciate any assistance at all. I got to say, when those fires happened, I heard from so many great friends and people that I didn't even know cared. And a lot of family that donated money, donated provisions, lots of music, lots of books, everything from pillows and music to cash. You know, and it was enough to help us get through, but the pain never goes away from loss like that. Wow, man. I feel like I need to get on the ground. Stay away from anything metal. Check the sky out, man. We're going to capture this lightning, and hopefully it won't kill me doing so, because I am holding, well, it's got a rubber cell phone holder around it, so I'm not holding direct metal. All right, I'm going to shut up and let the thunder do the talking. I hear a siren in the background. Better wipe my phone off. Sorry, guys. Very unprofessional. But you know what? This channel was only made for fun. I don't make any money off it or anything. I started it like 15 years ago and I barely use it, but I don't know, man. I kind of like to preserve history and document stuff. I've always liked documentaries. So I think it's a good way to get my stuff out there and to share my life, and it's just fun, man. And anyone that really cares, they'll enjoy it or they won't, right? Definitely no profit intended off this stuff. Now, if you're into rock and roll, you can go to my other YouTube channels. I do make money off those, not a lot, but there's one called Bloody F Mess Official. That's where I tell true rock and roll stories and the story of my life in video format. It's my video book, Bloody F Mess Official. And I have one that's all rock and roll related called The Church of Rock, all one word. And I have my archives where everything on the world, you know, interviews with different rockers, hundreds and hundreds of them. Music, my own personal music I've created, lots of stuff I'm a fan of. So yeah, thanks for your support. All you got to do is go to those channels and hit like if you like particular videos, and hit subscribe. It costs nothing, and it helps an old dude like me retain another side hustle. And there's my 2004 Hyundai Sonata. It's been through some wrecks and it was used, but it runs like a champ. Got it for a super good deal from a guy that became my car guru. He's like my mechanic guru. He's literally one of the best. Never met anybody that's so knowledgeable about cars. He actually, I'm not going to mention names, but he actually does a lot of stuff too to help me out when I'm broke. He'll literally come over here and do little checkups on my car. No doubt, just pay my gas money, Derek. I'm like, I love you, bro. And when I have money, of course, I pay him all the time, and we go back and forth. But whenever I have needs, I go to him. He's not a shop, or I'd plug his business for him, but he's just a guy that's a car guru. Well, the good news is, through the camera lens, everything looks blue. But it's bizarre because I'm seeing gray. There's no blue on my end at all. This is bizarre. I wish I could show you guys. Yeah, it's literally, look at this. That's bizarre. Yeah, it's still blue on this side. When I'm looking at that, that is bright, just a very vivid gray. There's no color at all. How weird. I need to get Tracy about this one and ask her why the hell that would happen. Why is this camera not picking up the gray that I'm seeing? That's weird. I'm going to go literally grab Tracy. I have to. And where's my dog? This is reality out here. We live on a big old farm, like I say, and it wasn't inhabited for years, but my really good friend bought the land, and we were almost homeless last October, and he saved me, man, and my family. And he said, if you'll have patience with me, bro, if you have patience with, we'll renovate this place and make this home, and it'll be the best home we can make it. And I said, I'm in. And the love was so appreciated, bro. Or bros and brosettes. Ha. Oh, boy. Jet! Jet dog! All right, guys, I'm freaking out. Gotta go.